Welcome back to SmartWatch Tics. We're going to do a follow-up now to the little clip we put together about pictures and camera for use on the ZGPAX S8 watch, which you see here on the right-hand side. What I'm going to do, though, because picture editing is a little bit challenging and small for you to see on the watch, is I'm going to use this next book and Google Chrome on it with a basic web browser to bring up the image of the watch here. This will be off camera. You'll be looking at the watch, but I'll be able to do all the video editing and stuff that I want to be doing right here from the next book. And you can see it happening there. And I'll tell you what we're going to be doing once I get everything all reset up for the watch. Here we go. We are going to be playing with some of the pictures we took last time in the Gallery app. You remember I talked about how we put this clock on here as a live wallpaper, but notice that the whole rest of the background is just totally black. That's okay, I guess, but it sure would be nice if we had something else, another image, as part of the background to go along with the watch face. Might look too busy, might not, but we're going to try it anyway. And we're going to do that by going into the gallery and accessing the pictures that we shot with the open camera. And they were shot from the car show recently. Let's go into that folder and take a look. Now, you see this little one in the upper right-hand side? That's the one I created before I shot this video, so I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm going to walk you through, but not as much fine detail as it took to shoot this image here from this image here. Okay? We're going to start with this image and we're going to do some editing on it. When we go into the edit mode, and this is with the stock gallery that comes with the watch, mind you now. Nothing fancy, nothing extra downloaded. You come into these different tabs where you have these different types of colorization, I'll call them, posters that you can choose from. You have different frames that you can put around your image. Of course, we're not going to use a frame to make a wallpaper. We want it just flat. You have the cropping tool, which includes straightening and rotating and mirroring and stuff like that. And then you have this one we'll spend a lot of time in where we actually can manipulate the image. So the first thing we needed to do is to go into the cropping area and crop this image down a bit so we're just looking at the cobra. We want to get rid of this writing that was on the screen, if you remember, where it tagged it with the date and time and a little description. We don't want that as part of the wallpaper. We just want the cobra. So I'm going to crop it, but I have to crop it to a specific size. 4:3, as a matter of fact, which will be the screen size that we'll be using. Now, we could crop it to all these other sizes, as you can see, but they really wouldn't fit properly on the screen. So we choose the 4:3, and then we take a corner and we drag it so we can resize it. And then we come down and we reposition it, and we open it up, and we do it until we basically get the cobra in the picture, okay? I'm not going to be as exact as I have been on the final version, just to give you an idea. I select that, and now the cobra is up front and center in this whole thing. Now we go over here to this last little icon and choose all these different flavors of what we can do, like Vignette. Vignette lets us bring the edges in to where we just highlight the cobra. Notice how it's in the shade there, and then it gets bright. We just want to select the cobra so that it's going to be the highlighted aspect of the image. And we check that. And then we can go into all sorts of different things. Like it's a little bit fuzzy, so let's sharpen it a bit. Go into sharpness. I mean, we can go extreme like that. That's not too good. Or we can go reverse sharpness like that. We're going to come into about there, maybe, something like that. Sharpen it up a little bit. Check mark that. We can play with contrast and shadows and highlights and all sorts of other things. Ultimately, I get to this thing called curves, and any of you who've done fancy stuff know that curves is really powerful when you find that in a video editor. And it's right here in the watch, in the gallery. Amazing. With curves, you can kind of grab them and drag them, and you can notice how I can make that little cobra really stand out. Even get kind of fancy colorized and stuff. And I can save it like that. Okay, there's a cobra, blah, 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 modified and whatnot. I hit the save button. It saves the picture. Full resolution. And we're basically done. There's the image of the cobra that I just created. Now, can I slide it? Yeah, I can. There's another one from the show. This is the one that I had created before. This is the one I just created. This has a little bit better detail. This is the one I'm going to use right now to show you how to make the backdrop. Oh, what the heck. Let's do this one. Oh, we just created it. So I exit out of here. Come back here, you. I'm going to go back over to my basic settings. Come back in through the settings to the device, the display, the wallpaper, the Analog Clock Pro wallpaper, and the settings. Choose a background. So we're back in here now. We're going to open the cam. I don't know which one's the new one. I think the bottom one, because I think it's building them this way. So we're going to select that one. Get out of this overlay and hit Set Wallpaper. Exit. And now we're back to the screen. And there's the wallpaper we just created. And I thought a cool thing about this is the way that the cobra comes. It just kind of ends right next to the watch.